to be?
He's supposed to be Billy Butcher.
Fat
Oh,
Billy
okay.
Butcher.
Okay.
That's
I dig
close
it.
enough.
Yeah, I dig it.
Yeah. But I could take off the leather jacket and still be that really fat Hawaiian guy shirt. I forget what movie it is, but he's like, see,
That's
nobody cares.
Dennis Nedry from Jurassic Park.
Oh,
I figured it's Jurassic Park.
I was thinking Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
I don't have the sunglasses though.
That's true.
I
I
do.
did it, and if I would have thought about that sooner, I would have shaved the top of my head for the bit.
Oh shit!
That'll be next year. All right. He who makes a beast of himself forgets the pain of being a man.
Yeah, that's from that's the opening of Fear and Loathing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also used in the song "Backcountry" by Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh yeah, and the music video is like the same shit too. It's just bats flying all around.
It's literally inspired by the movie.
Oh, very much so.
So the whole song is.
Hey, Chance, did you watch VHS 99?
I did.
It is good. Oh my god.
Yeah, I dug it. I don't know where I would rank it in my VHS like lineup of films. I think 94, right? 94. Probably gets a little bit higher because of Ratma.
Okay. I haven't seen the past VHSs. All I saw was the promo on YouTube for VHS 99.
Oh, dip.
And
it's a whole series, dude.
I saw Stephen Ogg, Trevor, was playing like that cheesy game show host, and I'm like, oh, I gotta see this.
Yeah. Oh, and what a fucking episode or segment that was.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah. No. 99. I dug. Not all of it was my bag, but I definitely enjoyed it.
I think it was probably the first bit where the kids who are trying to act like CKY, that like played at like the haunted, abandoned, burnt down club. And then Stephen Ogg playing the game show host, because like he's going through that torment in the recreation of the obstacle course.
Yes.
And just like his hysterical crying out, like painful, all I hear is Trevor. Yeah. Especially he's like in his gitch, just going through hell. I'm like, that's Phillips.
Did you ever watch Westworld?
No, that's on my list though. Is that any good?
I saw the first season.
The show, the second season's pretty kind of wild. And Stephen Ogg is in that too. And there is a scene where like he's playing the bad guy because he's one of the robots that's kind of going against revolting, and they're just like holding people hostage and blasting some of them. And then one of the guys is like, I'll just reprogram him quick, and then he kills all the other AI. And he's like, come on, guys, let's go. We got to get out of here. And they're like, what the fuck did you just say? Just a minute ago, you hollowed out my friend's skull. Now you're trying to help us? Get the fuck out of here. Jeez. And like he flips on a switch, and like you can see Trevor and like in his demeanor. Because it sounds like he's going to backstab him again.
Honestly, I feel like since his part in GTA 5, like Stephen Ogg, like his popularity and stardom has just flown.
Oh, absolutely.
Time. Like,
he had like a bunch.
He was in The Tick, wasn't he? Like the remake?
Was he?
I think he was. Like, I remember seeing, I think it was an episode, he played some type of superhero with like elasticity.
It's been a minute since I've watched that. I'd love to go back through it though.
Yeah. I don't remember his name, but I know he was in the remake on Prime. And then
yeah.
And then what was it? And then of course you got VHS 99, and then what was it? He was also in like Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul, I think it was. Yeah, we're recording.
Okay.
Like last
I asked
4 minutes,
and nobody answered.
Oh, okay.
Because we were recording, you dipshit.
Well, no one said anything. That's why I'm asking.
You shouldn't have had to ask. You should have known that we were doing it. We're doing the bit.
Oh, well, He's like 3, 2, 1.
Okay,
There was
3,
none of that.
2, 1. How about that?
You keep being a cunt about it. I treat you like those soups. Anyways, this is the podcast, Bpgn. I'm Gnome. Alongside me is
BIGREDGAMER.
And next to him,
the curator of horror, Chance Forshee.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
And the cat's yelling because, it's Halloween. Doctor, come here. Come here. Come here or fuck off. It's one of the two, buddy. It's like there's no in between. No, but welcome everyone, to BPGN. It is the Halloween episode this year. I am Rob Zombie.
And then for myself, I'm just one of Joker's clown henchmen.
A rock and roll clown, and he loves cocaine.
Oh, Dr. Roxo? I forgot about him. I wouldn't wear the spandex, so fuck. And then of course, if you guys have not could tell for the video watchers for this podcast,
I'm Billy Butcher, you cunt.
This legitimately Gnome just took any opportunity he could get to say cunt in public.
You think I don't do that anyways?
No, I mean, I know you. I don't doubt that that's the case. I'm just saying that you wearing the Billy outfit is your way of being able to call anyone a cunt at any given moment
and get away with it.
Yeah.
I mean, what are they going to do about it? I mean,
not
a lot can happen.
Watch or listen to the show. I think are the answers to that question.
Oh, jeez. Have you been watching anything horror lately, Gnome?
Of course, yeah.
Month?
Yeah.
No,
I've been meaning to. Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess you.
No, like this comes out on Halloween, and we're in the last week. He's not gonna.
No.
Yeah, I get scared, man. I don't know why you guys judge me for being a little bitch 2x4.
Because you're a fucking edgy fucking bitch who always wants to get a rise out of fucking everybody, but then the second a film tries to get a rise out of you, you're like, no, I'm a pussy, I'm scared, oh no.
Exactly. I like sleeping.
I mean, I do too, but 'tis the season to get spooky, man. I like to get the shit scared out of me.
You need to get.
I don't like haunted houses. I don't like horror movies.
Man.
Yeah.
I like roller coasters. Those are fun.
I think there was actually an actual medical study somewhere that like those who enjoy horror, like just the adrenaline, that's actually a workout. We're just watching like horror movies or
it's a fucking cardio, baby.
Oh yeah. There's a haunted house. Well, not really a haunted house. They took over an entire underground parkade in my hometown, and they call it the 7 Deadly Sins. And what was it? It's over like 25,000 square feet of haunted house, and each section is like a different deadly sin, which I'm tempted to go check it out. Because fuck me, dude. It is.
When I was oh, sorry, carry on.
No, I was all done. Go ahead.
Oh, when I was a sophomore in high school, I went to Indianapolis for national convention for FFA, and we went to a haunted house while we were down there because like it was that time of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to one that had like there was like one that had like 5 different areas. One was like clowns. I think one of them was like an asylum themed. Okay. One was a zombie and like a house in a cornfield themed. That was pretty scary.
Nice.
Clown in a Cornfield by Adam Caesar.
I don't like that. I don't like clowns either.
Oh, so me wearing this makeup is kind of make you unsettling a little bit.
No, it's because I know it's you, the schoolboy bitch behind that paint.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Fucker.
But like if I was, like walk out of my apartment.
You're gonna try to do that. That's your angle tonight. No.
No, if like I like walk out of my apartment.
You were too cowardly to show your gnome face to Rachel Harrison last episode.
I tried to get my shit to work. I unplugged it. I plugged it back in. Nothing. I tried a second time. Nothing.
That was such a fun episode.
It's a likely excuse for someone who was too cowardly to show their face.
Why you bully me?
Because I always bully you. Because you try to bully me, but it doesn't work.
Sometimes it works.
No. I will say though, that episode was really fun with Rachel Harrison. What a fucking hoot. She is all like, Rachel, if you are listening, you are always welcome back on the BPGN podcast.
Oh, she's coming back. She's coming back.
Yes.
Rachel is one. She's in one of those, like, she tells it as it is.
Mm-hmm.
And just like much like Josh Mallerman said about Ellen Datlow in his upcoming episode, I don't mean that in a negative, like, oh, they're just being a dick to be a dick. Like, Rachel is just as upfront as she needs to be. She's incredible. But yeah, no, she had a lot of fun on the show.
Just to see that comment of I will invite myself and my big ass water bottle.
Her giant water bottle. Like, this thing is as big as a toddler.
Like, fuck.
I think I have one of those actually.
Really? The same one where it's got like the notches of like what time you have to be at for like drinking? It's like a day's worth of water.
I like I have an iron flask one.
I'm a week away, just over a week away from like drinking with Rachel. Like, I'm so close to that. Like, we're so close.
Exciting.
As we record this, that I'll be hanging out with Rachel and Clay and Brian McCauley and Nat Cassidy and all of these names that I'm listing off that Red knows because he's edited my podcast.
Oh yeah.
That somehow my dumbass has put out 40 plus episodes of.
Yeah, holy shit.
Since I started 6 months ago.
And you've got like a lot of followers already. Even like the first week, I don't think you had like an episode out. You already had like 100 followers.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you were like not even hitting 20 episodes yet, and you like broke 1,000.
Well, okay, so yeah, my personal page, on Twitter. Yeah. Like that's a thing. The podcast Twitter just hit 1,000 followers today.
Wow. Damn, congrats.
And so that's the podcast Twitter hit 1,000 today. My personal Twitter is just 70 shy of hitting 2,000.
Oh, you'll get there.
Yeah. I honestly, I expect to be there before Halloween. Like, that's kind of the level of growth that I'm used to seeing now.
And now you're gonna be a guest of honor at this Halloween hangover, dude. Like, holy shit.
Halloween hangover, November 4th and 5th, Barnes & Noble Livy Place. Let me pull up the image here because it's a whole thing. There's so many fucking people. No, don't. What is it doing?
It's a big list, that's for sure. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those where the fact that I'm listed as a special guest for it is just fucking crazy to me. Okay, yeah, here's the updated list. Rachel Harrison, who we just had on the show last episode.
Super nice ladies.
Brian Keene, Richard Chismar, Clay McLeod Chapman, Eric LaRocca, Brian McCauley, Sarah Glenn Marsh, Mike Allen, Nat Cassidy, Preston Fassel, J.S. Furlong, Donnie Goodman, R.J. Joseph, Todd Kiesling, John Edward Lawson, Mary Sangaviani, Michael Seidlinger, Wesley Southard, Gage Greenwood, Greg Stumbo, T. Marie Vandelli, D. Alexander Ward, L. Marie Wood, and Russ Warnham.
Jeez.
All of those amazing horror authors, many have been on my show or are going to be on my show in the future. And then me. I am the special guest, and I'm still on, even on the secondary flyer, after they added Eric LaRocca. Special guest, the curator of horror.
Damn.
Forshee.
Damn, son.
Now, I understand, like, you haven't had a lot of time to do this before then, but have you considered merch anytime soon?
Okay, so yes, I do have a volley of buttons, which I do have a few here that were actually made for me, but then I found out who made them, and I ordered my own. Terrifying Tomes buttons.
Nice. Such a sweet logo.
Yeah, well, that's all AA Medina, who did that for me. Who's also a literal like cover artist.
Right. What was it? A lot of like book covers as well. Like didn't
Yeah. I mean, they did Haley Piper's Your Mind is a Terrible Thing.
Oh, okay, I got you now. I gotta say from
And
that. Oh, good.
Haley is a Bram Stoker award-winning author who just today got announced they got a movie deal.
No shit. For which book?
No shit. For an unreleased book.
Oh.
Book they haven't even put out yet. So
that's gonna be exciting.
Yeah.
Man, holy shit. I think out of that entire list of authors, like even though I do not read, from what I've seen from your interviews, I think the two I'm low-key jealous is Clay McLeod Chapman and Russ Warnham.
Russ is awesome, isn't he?
He is. Like, just watching that, you guys were like talking about Batman and Spider-Man and whatnot.
Yeah, Russ is great. His book was good. I enjoyed Ghost Flowers, but yeah, hanging out with Russ in person, I think is going to be super fun. He's just a big nerd.
Oh, easily.
He's a big D&D guy. Like, I mean, he wrote Spelljammers before Spelljammers was a fucking thing. Like,
oh, it's insane for how much he covered. Like you said, big nerd, just wow. I just found it funny where like he immediately assumed that just because you said Peter Parker's not your favorite Spider-Man, he immediately thought your favorite was Spider-Ham.
I mean,
that was funny.
No, Ben Reilly, Ride or Die.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I have a favorite Spider-Man. I don't ever thought about it. No, do you have a favorite Spider-Man?
Well, I think it was the one that God, what's his name? Nicolas Cage played.
That's Ghost Rider.
Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess he did do. I guess he did voice Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah, Spider-Man
and that's
Noir
fair.
Pretty cool.
That's fair. That's fair. That's a good fucking Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
With that little experience, I was like, all right, well, if I can't choose Peter Parker, this is the next best one.
That's
fair. And then Spider-Ham after him.
Oh, man. Okay, so random question to you guys. If you could think back to the days when you were a little kid going trick-or-treating, what was your goal candy to get? Like the minute you got that certain favorite candy of yours, whether it was a chocolate bar or a candy, in your bag, you're like, fuck yeah, jackpot. What was
Butterfingers.
It? Really?
Yeah.
I was a huge fan of. Not everyone. It's actually like very rare to get them, and this house didn't always do it. But the corn balls.
I don't think I even know what that is.
It's like a popcorn ball.
Oh yeah, well, okay, so that's a controversial thing in America though, is like
Yeah.
homemade treats as trick or treats.
Yeah.
Because
Because
yeah,
like,
a lot of parents will be like, absolutely not. You can't have anything homemade because they're gonna put drugs in it because people pretend like drugs are something that people are just gonna give kids.
all willy nilly.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
kidding.
Like, oh, I'm gonna give your kids fucking $60 worth of drugs. No, fuck no, they're not gonna fucking do that. They're gonna take those drugs them fucking selves.
Right.
The best way to burn a hole through your wallet. Yes,
Is
give
it
out the drugs.
that, or you
But yeah, like,
get yourself a loyal customer base right out of the gate. I was like, how do you kids feel about heroin? What are you laughing at? Great, first hit was free, kids. Now you gotta pay for it.
Could you imagine like the guy working at behind the counter of a dispensary is like, shit, I didn't pick up candy before giving out for Halloween. Like as I'm taking these gummy bear edibles home, he's like bring back a whole box home.
Even worse, he gets a call from one of his, if there's someone like makes their own gummies, like, yeah, these gummies are shit. They just taste like regular Haribo gummy bears. Fuck. Buckle up, kids. It's gonna be a long stay. Actually, on that note, something really kind of tragic and sad happened here in the States. Some woman bought like those Delta 8 gummies we have like Delta 8 here. It's like a knockoff THC. It still gets you high.
Yeah.
And her kid ate like a fuck ton of them. She didn't take the kid to the hospital or anything.
And he's dead.
The kid died from like too much, like getting way too fucking high from all the gummies.
Shit, dude.
It was like a 4-year-old, which I mean, like they're probably trying to use this to go after
Edibles
like Delta 8.
Just
yeah, but it's like, but like, first of all, that parent should be watching the fucking kid, and secondly, those gummies shouldn't be anywhere within reach of a child.
No. But again, this is like you said, it's on the parent on this one, not the company by any means.
But a lot of people will probably going to go after regulating that now because of that kid getting higher than a fucking kite.
Well, I know, like here in Canada, I know it says like to keep, if you have children around, you have to keep stuff like that locked up and hidden somewhere, not just out in the open. And I don't think I've ever heard any tragic stuff happen with edibles like towards kids here, from what I've so far. But
so
yeah. Anywho, I think the candy I was looking forward to the most, and it sounds pretty basic, it was Kit Kat.
I like chocolate, period. So
yeah. Well,
so if it wasn't corn balls, it was like the next best thing was like a chocolate bar of any kind.
Like I think like the best method to trick or treating growing up is that you don't go to like your local neighborhood. You ask your mom to drive you to the rich neighborhoods. And that's where you got like the full cans of pop, the full size candy bars. Like that was like your payday right there. Totally worked out. Cavities all around, but who cares?
There was not in my neighborhood, but like in the middle of town, there was this. I remember it like a lot growing up. It had like these hedges around like the house, and I always knew it was this one. You would go there, and a guy would have like this room that was pitch black, and he would have like this light bulb in his mouth, and it would be glowing, obviously, because it's a light bulb. And he's all blacked out, and it's just this light bulb. He's has like a bowl of candy, and it was my favorite house to go to because he would like have all this cool shit out front too.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's fucking awesome. And then like one year I knocked on the door, like, hey, this is the guy. He can have the light bulb in his mouth. Let me show you. And it was someone else.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I was like, this fucking sucks. I just made an ass of myself in front of my friends.
I don't know. Like, Chance, did you have any like scary moments, or like was there like any moment at trick or treating someone like really went all out on their house for Halloween, whether it was like blasting music out the windows or like somebody jump scared you?
back when I was like 10 or 11, I would guess. There was definitely like a neighborhood that we went to the whole neighborhood was like all in on the Halloween vibe, which was, I mean, that was kind of a thing in America in the early 90s. Like everyone did the Halloween shit and they just kind of disappeared around 2011.
Sucks.
No one did Halloween bullshit anymore, and it's like it's finally coming back now, where like that's really a thing again, and like whole communities are doing Halloween, which is fucking awesome. But yeah, I mean, there was one where there was a scarecrow sitting in a rocking chair, and it looked like one of those animatronic scarecrows.
Oh yeah.
And then like I reached out to touch it, and it was a person. And they were like, and did the lurch out, and I peed. Because I mean, you know,
that I would pee myself. That's fucking terrible.
Yeah, I mean, you're a kid. I was like 10 or 11 years old. Yeah, I'd peed.
Like,
I'm not afraid to admit that as an adult.
You were a kid, man.
Like, yeah, I was a child, and all of a sudden, this giant scarecrow thing reached towards my head, and I was just like, pee. Because I mean that's a good defense.
That is
against a predator, where they're like, oh, it just peed itself. Like,
it was like, oh, I don't want to eat it now.
Unless it's the most recent episode of Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
I can't say like I had somewhat of an experience like that, not peeing, but I remember as a kid, probably around the same age, like 10 or so, went to a house and the guy that was giving out
peed in their mouth.
Oh, I could have, but he was dressed up full werewolf costume.
Dig it.
Like it was the whole fur, like realistic mask.
Rachel digs it.
And I just remember I barely knocked on the door and the door swings open and my knees buckled and I fell down the stairs, got my ass up and booked it down the street as my mom's like, no, come back. He has candy for you. I was like, fuck this. But I hear what you mean on that, Chance, about like communities getting together and like going all out on Halloween. Like, I'm glad to hear that like the US is starting to do that again.
Yeah, it's starting to happen.
Because for here, it's bullshit. Like, a few days ago, I went to get like all this, face paint, for Halloween. And like I went to Dollarama and like it's, Halloween's not even there yet. And all they have is like this small little shelf of everything Halloween and 3 aisles is all Christmas shit.
That shouldn't be out till November.
To me, like I don't know why, but like this year, everything Christmas was out like mid-August. It wasn't even September. Like from Costco, Walmart, like it's bullshit. Like I agree. Like to me, like don't start putting that shit out till November, in my opinion. Like, because already think about first thing tomorrow. What are we gonna hear? Fucking Mariah Carey belting out for Christmas tunes on every speaker out there. Fuck.
Honestly, she could stop, making music, leave the public eye, and she would because she makes like a fuck ton of money from that song during Christmas time alone.
Oh, easily.
Yeah. Doctor is against playing that song.
Are you
crazy?
Doctor?
So is known.
Pretty sure Malou is too.
That and that other Christmas song, Santa Baby. Every time I hear that song,
it's just Christmas songs in general. Like
I love the classics, with like Frank Sinatra, the old school ones. But like the moment I hear Santa Baby, Mariah Carey's
All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Yeah. I just want to fucking just put my head in a vice and just crank it till my head pops like a pimple.
For me, what was it? I worked in a few retail stores, like for hardware, stuff like that. And yeah, like without fail, you walk into the store November 1st, all the decorations are gone, and you fucking hear Christmas music. But Mariah Carey's song in particular, I remember one shift. In an 8-hour shift, I heard her fucking song 7 times in a row.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, kill
They,
me.
they played it on like repeat.
No, like it was a radio station, like because my hometown,
Mm.
they actually have a radio station that only comes out during the holidays that plays nothing but Christmas music.
I mean, at least it's like that, like those Halloween stores, Spirit Halloween,
Yeah.
but on the radio. That's pretty neat.
Oh, we don't have that here. I wish we did.
Yeah,
Like,
Spirit. For those of you who don't know what Spirit Halloween is, I'm talking to you, the one like the Philippines or Malaysia or whatever, one of our listeners. uh, they go to your local circuit city, the one that's been abandoned for years,
yeah.
and they're like, "This is our spot for the month." They fill it up with shit for Halloween shit for like a month and a half,
Yep.
and then the moment Halloween hits, that bad boy's packed up and gone.
Yeah. We had Spirit Halloween a few times show up around here. And what was it? It was a Canadian liquor board store that got shut down again. It was abandoned for a year. And this thing had 2 floors, and they filled it completely, all full 2 floors of just animatronics and everything, and I loved it.
I do love the Spirit Halloween stores as I got older.
So even though we brought up Christmas music, what's your go-to Halloween music? Like, give me an artist or an album or a certain
Cramps.
song. The Cramps? Okay, that's pretty fair.
Yeah, the Cramps and pretty much anything by them is like a go-to playlist for me during spooky season.
What about you, Gnome?
Usually, if I'm, they're playing like Left 4 Dead or Back for Blood or whatever, I have to go with the classic Metallica. Zombie killing music, thrash metal.
Okay.
Maybe some Slayer.
For me, I go Misfits. Like because their whole thing is like horror punk.
I can't think of his name, but is it the but which era do you prefer?
Which era Misfits?
Yeah. I can't think of his name, but like the big guy that, helped make Misfits.
Yeah, Glenn
the lead
Danzig.
singer. Yeah, that cunt.
That era I listened to the most. My favorite album is probably one of their best known is American Psycho, but I don't think Danzig was on that at that point. It was a different lead singer. I can't remember his name for the life of me. But yeah, like if I'm going for horror or like spooky vibes, I'm going zombie. I'm going White Zombie, Gwar, Misfits. Even
Gwar.
lately, Ghost.
They are fantastic.
Yeah, it fits a vibe, but like I mentioned on Twitter not long ago, I've been on nothing but a binge of Gwar this past week, even while editing.
I should start listening to them. I love Let Us Slay and Sick of You.
If you want on Shudder, another thing I just watched recently, they have a documentary series on Gwar that's just called This Is Gwar. And it covers like their whole history and it's so badass.
Well, we have to pour it out for the boys because their lead singer died a while ago too.
Yeah, Odorous.
Odorous Urundus.
They went through a lot of members in that band though. Holy shit.
Yeah, I just remember him dying.
What was it? And then actually I found out their lead singer currently, I don't remember his persona.
I thought it was a woman that they got to replace him, or they replace her already.
No, so far from what I've seen is that the original bass player, Beefcake, he took over after Odorous when he passed away. And he's got like that, I can't remember his like persona name now, but like he's got like this like full on demonic Viking look where he's got like this big set of like antlers behind him. He's carrying like a Viking shield with him as well. Looks just metal as fuck as you can get.
I think Gwar would be like one band if there was no original members, I probably would still listen to them.
Oh, easily.
Because like it just seems like they just kind of just cycle out everybody and keep fucking rocking.
Yeah, like they went through I think 2 guitar players, bassist, because Beefcake left after a certain time and then came back as the lead singer. And then there was like 2 female characters as well, Gwar Woman and I can't remember the other one, but like they both left. And Yeah, the only the only member that stayed the entire time was the drummer. So yeah, he's still fucking kicking. Yeah. But other than that, like, what is some horror movies you guys are looking forward to coming out? Whether it be Halloween or shortly after. Is there anything on your guys' radar? No,
I mean, most of the stuff that I've been looking forward to is out now.
really.
Like, uh, I had been dying to see Barbarian. It's on HBO Max now,
Maybe that was the
and
title I
so
saw today on Disney Plus.
yeah, so I watched it, and holy shit, what a fucking horror movie! Um,
Like, is it pretty gruesome or?
oh yeah. Yeah, no, it's great. I'm trying to think of what else. VHS 1999.
Mm-hmm.
Watched and loved. Black Phone recently.
I still have yet to see that.
Um,
Is that any good?
oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
I still need to see Pearl. I have not watched Pearl yet, so I'm looking forward to watching that.
Oh,
Terrifier 2,
right, because
which I
that
know is
just came
gonna,
out.
yeah, it's gonna go up on streaming on Halloween. Um, yeah, I don't know. There's a good amount of stuff that
I
I
think
want to watch and have watched. But yeah, I mean, 2022 is going to go down as a banner year for horror, not just film and television, but print. Holy shit, there has just been an unbelievable amount of horror that is hitting every single fucking medium this year.
it's been, and it shows too. Like
I
majority
I picked a fucking year, dude. Like I picked a year
to come out
thinking
that
like
was
I'm going all in on horror.
and
Because
all
here I
paid
am,
off.
6 months in on going all in, and holy shit, I'm a week out from being the special guest at a fucking horror convention. So yeah, I picked a good time.
That's a fantastic timing on your part.
Oh no
And I mean,
shit.
I'm getting texts right now where with people offering me, and this is no hyperbole. People offer me thousands of dollars a year to promote their products on my show.
Well, I think
Make sure
you're
you test
getting
it before
you're getting
you
into
take any
early
sponsorship.
retirement, buddy. You get to put your feet up and just talk about horror all the way through retirement, man.
Soon you'll be living like Woody's gamer tag.
Woody's gamer tag.
Yeah, he just makes a podcast every week, and he has like all these fucking hobbies.
Oh man. No, but
Yeah,
like once again, we're beyond proud, dude. Like
yeah.
you've taken your idea and concept and it fucking exploded so huge that like yeah, this podcast hasn't even got there or
Yeah.
anyone that I've heard of has ever gotten like that struck of luck like under a year, let
Yeah.
alone like 6 months. Like shit.
I mean, from like nothing to low as well.
Oh yeah.
That's like because like you really climbed up there extremely quick, and that's
6
fucking
months.
awesome, man.
Like impressive. Like I think there was a conversation you and I had, and it was when you and I we were just talking shop about your intro, and I was like, so how did Clay go? It's like pretty good. I was a little nervous. I was like, yeah, and how we were you were discussing to me about your talk with him about like throwing in the message, hey, would you like to come on my show? And it's just like, wow, okay, they called my bluff.
Yeah.
It just shit.
Yeah. For sure. That's absolutely like when I sent out the first messages, it was very much like they're gonna say no.
Yeah.
And then they didn't.
And then I was like, wildfire.
Oh shit! I actually have to do this. Fuck.
So when are we recording? I don't know. I didn't think we'd get this far.
Yeah, very much. Yeah, absolutely. That was 100% what I was like. But yeah, now like I'm literally right now getting texts that's like, I'm gonna be sending you $2,000 a year. And it's like, yeah.
You're gonna have to like hire an accountant to like.
I'm gonna have to
taxes.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a business now.
Do we still have that sponsorship with?
No, that's been gone a long time ago. On his end, it didn't work out that great, and he ended up, just going back to work and whatnot. Which it happens,
No, that's fair.
Rough. But
I mean, I still have my guy.
As do I.
Yeah, I still got my Wolverine, so much appreciated. Much love to you, Chris. Trocraft Studios. We still love thee.
Yeah,
I'll let it slide. I
still got mine right here on my desk.
Oh yeah. No, I just remember like when he was making that, just like the level of detail, like holy shit, I didn't expect him to like make like a little Starbucks cup and like the little McDonald's bag and stuff. Like unreal. Yeah. Unfucking real, dude.
But I think I might get something for my mom through him.
Oh, he might. I don't know if the website's still up, but wouldn't hurt checking it out. Did you guys like catch the latest announcements from Konami?
I've heard some about Konami, but it went over my head.
We're getting a Silent Hill 2 remake. Apparently, we're getting a remake. We're getting, I don't know if it's a series, and then a whole nother game called Silent Hill F. And
I think.
Yep.
Oh, Carrie, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So with Silent Hill F, like you got like a bit of a teaser, and it's very gruesome, eerie, very disturbing. It's Silent Hill, but it looks like it's taking place in Japan this time. And then, yep.
No, to finish. I'm sorry.
It's all good. And then you got actually the teaser of the remake of Silent Hill 2, and it looks really good. Like I hope it pulls through and it turns out great, just like the remakes of the Resident Evil games. Like I know there was even the trailer showing the remake for Resident Evil 4, which I know that's like the biggest game in the series that everyone loves.
Yeah, that did really well. I just saw a trailer earlier today about a game remember Blair Witch Project, the movie?
Yeah.
It's entirely like that. It looks like it's coming from a camera.
Like home video.
So wait, hold on. Yeah. I want to just interject for a second that I know Michael Robinson, who is the mayor of Burkittsville, Maryland, that's where that takes place, the Blair Witch Project. And when he was elected mayor, he said his first point of action was to find those missing kids. But I'll be hanging out with Michael next week at Halloween Hangover.
Oh, dude.
That's hilarious.
Fuck.
I will be hanging out with the mayor of Burkittsville, Maryland.
Has he been the mayor this whole time?
No, he became mayor 5 months ago, something like that. But yeah, that was his joke. Like as he became mayor, was like, we're gonna find those kids.
Oh, fuck. Oh, like I think they made a Blair Witch game about a year or so back, didn't they?
They did, but this is nothing like that. It's just like it looks like it's shot from a camera, and you have to find like people that are missing. That's probably like the movie. Or the game. I don't fucking know. Maybe. But you don't have like the rewind mechanic or anything. So like you're just like walking in the woods with this camera, and you like go in a house, and there's this woman trying to kill you, like the Blair Witch. Like the clip I saw was like you walk into this house, the camera pans around, looking around, and then she's just in the corner, and then she disappears and reappears really close to you.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look this one up.
I forget what it's called, but it looks horrifying.
But just think, fellas, even though like, it sucks that it didn't come out for October, the next Dark Pictures anthology,
I'm excited
The
for it.
Devil in Me. Like I pre-ordered my copy on Steam like
I should do that right now.
in August.
Yeah.
And I am so pumped for it. Like you called it, Chance, it's H.H. Holmes.
Yeah. Yeah,
I watched the trailer and like they've all said it's deeply inspired on the H.H. Holmes murders in the hotel. I'm like, this is gonna be nuts. And as always, you will see me and Gnome play this together. Not on Twitch. I probably will end up recording it and throwing it on the sub channel Bpgn Plays. You know, whenever Bpgn gets together, plays games 1-on-1. So, yeah, we still got to play Quarry.
Yeah, we do. When the fuck is 6 Days in Fallujah gonna come out? Jesus Christ! And if they fixed the way they were gonna do it, that'd be great.
For which?
For the Quarry.
Oh, where like yeah, that move like it was a great. I love the story, and you know the gameplay was fun. It made me think very much of Until Dawn and the Dark Pictures games, but at the same time, I don't know why they chose the way they did for multiplayer. So, Chance, instead of like Dark Pictures where you can co-op with a friend and go through the story together on your own paths, the Quarry, what they did for the multiplayer is they just simply you get everyone together, but it's just the host controlling everything. Everyone else is just sitting there watching it.
Interesting.
Which I'm like, okay, you're going through a horror event, but why not like, you know, have your friends join the fun. Someone's got to screw up and kill a kid.
Right.
It's just, yeah. Like, I think the worst play you and I had, Gnome, was like Man of Medan.
I thought it was not the last one where I went to go try and save that guy, but my controller died.
No, yeah, that was House of Ashes. That was the third one. You were pissed.
I fucking spiked that fucking thing.
I wish I had that left on, like, I wish I had the recording, because, like, you could hear in the background your controller, like, getting pelted against the wall. Oh, God, too good.
I can't even pre-download it? Fuck you.
It sucks. But I got plenty of space on the hard drives ready to download that.
Yeah, me too.
There's, like...
I got like...
Oh, go ahead.
I got like a 2 or 3 terabyte SSD, baby.
Nice. I gotta pick up one for school next year.
Yeah, heavily recommend SSDs. I will pay the extra. And if you have PayPal, you can do a pay every 2 weeks for it.
Yeah, they gave that option too, but I think I'm gonna wait till like Black Friday sales or like Cyber Monday, see what deals are on Amazon, just get it that way before school, because they did say at least like 1 terabyte SSD.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna go with. But it's kind of weird that we're getting a lot of like horror games even after October.
Yeah, like I also recommend an M.2, but you're gonna have to find like a Vietnamese kid or something to put it in because they're tiny little fingers, and the screw is about that big.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so like when installing mine, I had an aneurysm because my big beefy finger blasting fingers couldn't quite pinch it right and insert it and twist it in.
Jeez.
Because I'm telling you, the screw is fucking tiny.
What is it? With the like, there's two. Well, I would classify them as horror games that I pre-ordered back in September. They got delayed till November. Evil West. That one I've been looking very much forward to. It's like a third-person shooter adventure game set in the West. But the thing is, it reminded me very much of the game Dark Watch, where it's kind of like, it's like this organization against the paranormal, and it just looks so badass. And like I remember like just wanting to pre-order it. When I did, yeah, a week before it got pushed in November. And then the other one is Warhammer Darktide. where from the look of the trailer, it looks like a single player, but also a 4-player co-op, like kind of like wave shooter.
Yeah, it's a lot like Vermintide,
and like it looks good. I was like, yeah,
yeah.
I'm down for this.
I played Vermintide. I wasn't really a fan of it, but I don't know. I think I kind of got burnt out of the wave shooters aside from Payday 2.
Yeah.
Which I'm still excited for Payday 3, which is coming out sometime between now and never. Because they announced it and they're like, well, it'll come out. And then like what we know about Payday 3, not a fucking thing. They haven't said shit in a while.
Well, like even playing video games, like not only that are just based in horror, but when they add Halloween horror content to games that aren't traditionally horror. Like I finally played Grand Theft Auto 5 online. And no, the cars that they have for Halloween, love it. I don't know the actual name of it, but it reminds me of Rob Zombie's Dragula. I think it's called like the Franken Coach or something like that. It's got like the big blower stack in the front, and you could like
the Dragula.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, that's
what's the name for it in game?
Oh,
really?
Yeah, it's called the Dragula.
Wow.
Dig through the ditches and burn through the witches and slam, and the ditches my Dragula.
Was it? And then they have a new hearse. Well, it might be older to some that have been following GTA 5 for a long time. But there's this hearse that you can get that you can have two different options of decals on there. One's like blood splatter, the other one's like skulls and ghost flames. But in the trunk, like in the back of it, there's a casket with a zombie like poking out, head and arm just dangling out while you're driving around. It's and yes, I got both of those in the garage. I even sold my big ass house that I don't even fucking use for like a little shitty apartment just to pay for both.
Wish I thought of it first, but I definitely could have had a Halloween little thing in my car. And like reality.
What were you
because my trunk doesn't close. I just thought of it. Like you know how some people like put like an arm sticking out like on their trunk. I could have put something like because every time I hit a bump, my trunk pops open, and having it like a shitty fucking scarecrow thing, and every time I just hit a bump, he goes and then just slam shut.
I can just imagine you driving through a parking lot and just purposely hitting every speed bump. You got a mother and her two kids freaking out every time your trunk lid flaps open. But you got, like, here's the thing. With the scarecrow or whatever you got there, you duct tape his wrist to, like, the lid. So every time it's like, blah, blah.
Yeah, but I'm getting my car fixed, so it's no longer going to do that.
Oh, shit.
But I did get a rental, and this thing is pimping.
Oh, what'd you get for the rental?
A Mitsubishi Mirage.
Oh, those suck! Oh my god.
I need to get gas tonight at some point.
I remember, like, the only quality on those is that
they're great on gas and they're great for the city.
That's it. But like my wife and I remember her and I a couple years back, we went for a road trip to Edmonton, and we got the Mirage as a rental, and because like she got the rental through school, and it was for like a conference that was happening somewhere in Edmonton, so we took that. But the thing is, yes, it's great on gas, but such a tiny car, you could have the stereo cranked all the way, and outside sounds louder than the actual sound system. And every semi that passed us, like head on, we had to pull off to the right a bit because just the wind coming from the semi would like push us off the road a bit. Like, unless you're just driving in the city, like, yeah, the Mirage is great on gas. But if you're driving from like province or country, fuck. Just get a better car.
I mean, I got a rental, so I mean, I can't complain about it because I'm not paying for it.
Yeah, true.
But But I do love this little thing. It's fucking tiny. And the sound system, I'm not sure what you're playing about. The sound system, the one I got, is pretty good.
It's a stock piece of shit, from what I remember, but
you probably get like the base, probably have like the base model one or whatever.
Probably, I don't know.
And they're like, how do you like your music cranked up all the way? Burn through the witches and turn, and then this fucking sucks. Hey, in the back of my Mitsubishi Mirage.
The real Rob Zombie is gonna put his foot in your throat.
Pretty much.
I'd like to see him try.
Chance, have you seen Rob Zombie's Monsters film yet?
I have not.
Neither have I. Like what's kind of making me weary about it is that I've heard nothing but negative reviews.
Yeah. So here's the thing about negative horror reviews is fuck them.
That's true.
That's read what you want to read, watch what you want to watch, and fuck what anyone else thinks about it.
If you like it, you like it.
Exactly, and that's how horror works.
Well, like,
I don't give a shit what the ratings say. Watch it yourself and see what you feel about it.
I mean, that kind of goes with like all movies in general, though, too.
Yeah, but horror is normally like degraded or less reported on.
Yeah.
So you get people reviewing horror films, especially by someone like Rob Zombie, who don't watch horror. And then they watch a horror movie and they're like, 2 out of 10. It made me uncomfortable.
That's
and it's
the
like,
point.
Goddamned right.
You know, like, oh.
So yeah, I go back and forth on ratings like that. Rate on sites, not on Twitter.
I know. Was it here? My wife and I, for our 2-year wedding anniversary, we're gonna go to the theaters and see Halloween Ends.
I've heard a lot of mixed things about it. I've heard like
me too.
It's fantastic, and I've heard it fucking sucks.
I'm kind of going in it just like how Chance just said. Like, fuck the critics, the critics. Like,
okay, okay. Well, I said that. I said that. If you can watch it for free, I would recommend doing that.
I was waiting for this too.
If it's available for you to watch at no cost,
yeah,
I would recommend doing it that way. I have thoughts on that film. I have thoughts on the previous film.
Yeah.
I again, enjoy what you want to enjoy. If you want to do the theatrical experience, hell yeah, go do it. Just
be prepared.
Be mindful of where you're spending your money.
That's fair. Yeah, because like for her and I think like even when we were first dating, we saw the first Halloween, and then like with the pandemic happening for our first wedding anniversary, we saw Halloween Kills, and then we just figured, let's just we started the first one together, so let's watch the last one together, and so that's what I'm really looking forward to, especially on Halloween. Fuck. So who knows? Maybe next episode I'll probably give my review or my take on that. But did you guys ever host or go to any like high school adult Halloween parties growing up, or any memories on those?
No, but also I'm going to step away for just a second.
For sure, buddy.
I have a desperate need to pee.
It's all good, bud. Gnome, what are some moments for you?
Ashton Ketchum for the fans.
Yeah.
Him and I went to school together, for those who don't know, and we're really good friends, despite him being a fucking cunt. Him and I went to a Halloween party, and I bought like a fucking big bottle of Jim Beam Maple.
Oh no!
Shit goes down like water. Oh no, indeed, because I had like $75 left in my bank account, or whatever. This was like 40 of it. And then I bought like a case, I think like a $24 30 pack or whatever, something else. And some fucking cunt stole my Jim Beam maple from under my nose.
Oh, bastards.
And then I had to drink piss water.
Like, I think for me, what was it? Like, I didn't go to a lot of like high school Halloween parties. I was more like a kept to myself kind of person. But like my mom, she would actually throw Halloween parties for her like adult friends. You know, so like everyone's there, dressed up, music's going, either smoking pot, drinking, whatever. No kids around. And I just remember like a few times people just plastered, and it was the funniest thing ever. Like, I think it was a friend of hers that stopped by, and he basically owned the dance floor. I was like, he's really moving. Like, he's hammered. Like, all of a sudden, like a few hours later, I'm like, shit, where'd he go? He's passed out on our couch. He was dressed up as the Grinch. And like all you see is like you see this beer belly sticking out, and like the Grinch shirt's like halfway tucked up. Like, Randy, is that you?
I fucking love that.
Like, I know she's throwing one like over the weekend. And
I was hoping to like find some people to party with out here, but no joy.
Yeah, well, like I don't know. Here, I don't know. Don't really have any friends here. You guys are online are the only ones I got.
Yeah. I'm not even trying to find friends. I just want someone to fucking party with. Maybe boof some schneef.
You're just making me think of like Randy from Trailer Park Boys now. He's like dressed up as an elf outside, waiting at like the drive-through at like a local restaurant, and like every person that drives by, hey, you like to party? And he's like carrying a beer and a cigarette. He's like dressed as an elf, no shirt, beer belly hanging out. Excuse me, I hear you like to party. I just got laid off from I just got laid off from Florida. I was doing construction. You're a male prostitute, aren't you? Okay, I'm a male prostitute.
Oh, I love the one where like when fucking what's his name? Not Randy, the Julian and Randy are hanging out.
Yeah.
After they get kicked out of the trailer park or whatever. And he's pimping himself out for cheeseburgers, and he brings back the undercover cop and doesn't realize it. They're like, hey, Randy, you got a customer, hell yeah. And she's like, wait a minute.
Like Julian's homeless behind like the King of Donair. He's just drinking like this like barrel of swish that's like in the back of his trunk. Eating pizza crust off the ground, hanging out with a dirty mangy dog, and drinking a barrel of swish.
Yeah, that's the life. I'm not sure what you're judging for. But I love when like the cop's like, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be the escort here.
You should be paying me. It's like, no,
you pay me.
Oh my god, shit. So Chance, what we were talking about while you were away is that like, is there any stories you have from like, whether it was high school or an adult like Halloween party, any stories that you could share? Whether you hosted or you attended.
Not really, no. Like, that was kind of the era that Halloween didn't exist.
Oh shit.
For a lot of people.
It's sad.
I'm surprised, like, even like when you were in college, like there wasn't any like Halloween parties going on.
Yeah, I mean, we had like the theater Halloween parties, but we don't talk about those.
Is there any reason why? Ashamed of them? Ashamed of what you did?
No.
It's because you don't remember.
That there's celebrities involved now that I can't.
Well, then give them a different name.
No,
he can't say.
Like, it was a deal. Like, we made a deal. Like, no one talked about what happened during these college theater Halloween parties, and yeah, I'm sticking to it.
What happens there stays there.
Yeah, it was 20 years ago, but we don't discuss it publicly.
That's fair.
I was five 20 years ago.
I was in college. I'm old.
Yeah.
How old are you? Like 38, 39?
37 going 38.
37? All right. I knew I was getting close.
I know, buddy. I got you, bro.
So that means you are 22 years older than me.
Yeah, I hate that, by the way.
I don't give the age difference between Chance and I. I just say like he's old enough that we could be second cousins. That's how I leave it.
I mean,
that or an older brother. Either way.
Yeah, I mean both
Wait.
are
No,
both are correct.
Yeah.
12 years older than me. Yeah.
Like I might be younger, but I'll tell you right fucking now, my back is not fucking up to par. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, same here. Yeah, you're old enough to be my brother, Chance. Don't feel too bad about it.
Yeah, but I don't like that. I don't like being told that.
But here's the thing, though, dude. Like I feel like I'm the middle child now. Fuck, I don't want to be that.
Yeah, I mean, because my oldest brother's 13 years older than me.
You could be like the fucking one that worked for me that was like,
no.
My dad is as old as you, and it's like, fuck you.
I love that you actually posted the picture of her with you on Twitter.
Yeah. I do legitimately miss her. She was. Yeah, she's gone. Oh. Yeah, she doesn't work there anymore.
Shit.
We don't pay enough money.
I always think of that episode of South Park where Randy's trying to get business from China, and so is everyone else. And he's like, "Oh, they're trying to tap into the Chinese market." He goes, "Hey, fuck you."
Fuck you.
Oh, so
yeah.
Well, speaking of South Park, Chance, when I was when I did subscribe to Paramount Plus for the free trial, I actually got caught up on the South Park specials that I missed out on. And all I gotta say, streaming wars, what the fuck?
Yeah, good shit.
But even just you bringing up China is just like fucking Randy and Mickey Mouse are responsible for COVID. They're like, oh, we didn't fuck the bat. Okay. And it's like some
marsupial. They fucked the pangolin instead.
Yeah, that it. And he like just sneaks into the lab, not even dressed up as a scientist. He's like, I'm a pangolintologist or something like that. And he just like steals it.
I love one of the videos General Sam did as he was playing Tarkov, went to go learn how to play, went to people that would teach him how to play Tarkov, see if they were up to par.
Yeah.
And he's like, you don't have like fucking spreadsheets and shit of like the ammo to like stopping power value, like, measuring all that.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we don't. We're just showing you like where to go and shit for loot. And you're like, all right, well, you guys kind of suck. But like, they also learned, like, they're like, you sound a lot like General Sam. And he's like, fuck, the ruse is up. How'd you know? You have a distinct voice. And he goes, all right, well, don't call me General Sam. All right, that's my slave name. My Christian name is Pangolin Stir Fry Lung Juice.
Wow. You see, I don't know why. Like, I think that's the main thing why I didn't hide behind a picture or a mic. Because I always knew that, like, there'd be, like, one day where, like, someone would be like, your voice sounds familiar. Fuck. I was like, all right, well, cat's out of the bag. And, like, I know, like, some YouTubers like McNasty and McSwagger and whatnot.
They just lead into it.
Oh, yeah. And, like, for them, like, they've even said on, like, on, what was it, the Goons podcast and whatnot, that they've been asked that in person, too. And they just kind of go like, yeah, I have that voice. Just to mess with them. Just, I don't know. I'd have a hard time going on with that. I'd slip eventually.
I love whenever you watch like a General Sam video and someone's like, when he's playing Tarkov and he's like, do you have this? Or like trying to barter with somebody in game. Like, is that General Sam? He immediately kills them instantly. Him and his friends just gun them down.
Keep that shit to yourself.
Because like, I think it was like one particular instance he was playing Rust, and like him and Aqua were like just trying to get started in Aqua's Rust server, and he's like, "Wait a minute, are you General Sam?" After the guy downed him, he goes, "Yeah, it's me. You a fan?" Guy executes him, and he's like, that means that guy knew who I was and did not like me.
Shit. Oh, I didn't
So,
even.
like, now he's extra careful, especially in Tarkov.
Chance, I don't even think I even told you this awesome news yet. So, get this. I just got a win. Not just for horror, but also for music. Thanksgiving, even though, yes, in Canada, Thanksgiving is in October, not in November like America. Don't judge me. That's just whatever.
We're not judging you. We're judging Canada.
Yeah, exactly. I got no fucking say. But anyway, my cousin who's like 14, 15, him and his older brother, they were always surrounded by like country music and like R&B. And they just never got the outlet to metal or anything. And so the younger one approached me at Thanksgiving and he's like, "I like Rob Zombie." What? And I was like, "I really like this stuff." I'm like, "Let's go talk." So I like showed him albums of like White Zombie with Astro Creep 2000. And then I was like, his brother, the lead, is also lead singer of a band called Powerman 5000. And I played him like Tonight the Stars Revolt, and he starts headbanging. Yes. I'm like, yes. And he didn't even know Rob Zombie made horror movies. So I gave him sent him a whole playlist of metal and like a whole playlist of horror movies. I told him and his dad specifically to watch Green Room because his dad was enjoyed the movie American History X. And I told him, I was like, I very much got those vibes of American History X while watching Green Room. Which, I feel like that would be like your comfort level for horror. Like, it's not intense, not really jump scare.
I was going to try and get into slashers. I was trying to have that be my inlet.
Well, okay, so like, are you just going
to start like off Chucky and like
Freddy, Jason?
Yeah, those guys. Yeah, Jason for sure.
Yeah, that's a good starter. I think like the first Chucky movie I watched, and I think I brought it up on here a while ago, was Bride of Chucky. That was the first one I watched, and then I went ahead and I watched like Child's Play all the way up.
Because I remember like growing up, my brother every Halloween, like in October, him and this girl he was dating would like always rent the Chucky movies, and then they would just watch them, and I'd watch with them.
Okay.
So like those movies didn't bother me too much. I'm not sure if it's because I was like, that's a toy.
Yeah.
That's really, really friendly. Oh, he's not so friendly.
No. Well, like, even when Chance was telling me about, like, the series, the Chucky series, like, I finally got to watch all of season 1. It is awesome. It's a lot of funny moments. Like, Chance, I think my favorite moment in the season 1 of Chucky is when they're in the hospital. And he goes and he gets tossed down the chute into like the
and he's rolling around and all the used needles.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, I love hospitals," and like falls back into the needles. Love that bit.
I did watch in February. I think like within the first few days of it coming out of Foo Fighters horror movie.
Oh, Studio 666.
Mm-hmm.
Is it good? I haven't seen it yet.
It's fucking cheesy, but it's real good. Actually, hold on. I'll be right back.
Chance, didn't you say like Studio 666 was like Evil Dead in a way?
Yeah. Yeah, more Evil Dead 2. But
okay.
Yeah.
So a little more slapstick kind of horror comedy. Okay, I could get behind that. Shit.
I was such a fan of it, I bought this for my collection.
Oh, okay, here you go. Oh, Foo Fighters Studio mug. Nice.
Yeah, it's got hold on, let me just
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
That looks good. Oh, nice mug.
Oh, thank you. It's got David Grohl. It's got Taylor Hawkins. It's got the whole Foo Fighters band on there.
Nice.
And then I wish they didn't add this, but it's okay.
Okay.
But yeah, it's
that's
a
cool
nice
that you
mug.
got that as a good keepsake. I did enjoy the album that they released with that.
Oh yeah, that's fucking brutal.
What was the death metal band that they released under the label? Like Death Widow or something like that? I can't remember the name.
I think so. It was something like that.
Yeah, something like Death Widow, and it had like the pentagram on the front and everything. It looked awesome. The music is incredible too.
I think they made that just strictly for that movie.
Oh, for sure. As if any other.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? There was one of the horror movies that I watched in the beginning of October was Trick or Treat, but it was the 86 one where it had Ozzy Osbourne, Gene Simmons in it, and it was about like it was a dead lead singer of a metal band, but he came back as like a demon through like playing a record backwards and whatnot. It's cheesy, but there was a group called Fastway, and they made an entire album for just Trick or Treat, and that was like their best known album. And then that was it. It's really good. I highly recommend it. The movie, it's okay for the time, but yeah, good music.
Age well.
It didn't age too much. It's cheesy, like it's the 80s, dude.
Yeah.
Anything from the 80s or like late 70s, it's not going to be up to par with anything new for horror or grotesque or anything, but it's got that charm of that era.
I know, like some movies, they're like the special effects in this at the time, fucking awesome, and then you watch it again as an adult, you're like, this is awful. Like I watched Spy Kids.
Oh God, yeah.
Like I was like 18 or 19 or whatever, watching it, and I was like, this aged like fine milk. The special effects were fucking horrendous.
The entire series didn't even age well. Like fuck. No. I think the worst one out of all of them was Spy Kids 3D when they were in like the video game realm.
I don't doubt it.
Oh, that is horrible today.
I remember watching that with my cousin many years ago, and I was like, "This is fucking cool." And I think if I remember correctly, we saw it on VHS.
Oh, I saw it in theaters. I won tickets and a copy of the video game from like a radio ad when I was a kid. And I saw it in theaters and like it was cool. But then you watch it as an adult, it's like, this sucks.
Yeah. Like that late 90s to mid 2000s special effects. Oh my God. It's like reminds me of like those Grindhouse films.
Hey,
but like unironically.
The Grindhouse movies, Death Proof and Planet Terror.
I was thinking more of like the ones with like machete in them. Like
that's Grindhouse.
Yeah, that's where that started.
Yeah, but like I still love those. Those have a good special spot in my heart. I loved Death Proof,
like Death Race and shit.
Yeah, that was part of Grindhouse.
Yeah. Like it reminds me of like those movies.
Yeah.
But I still love Death Race. And was Gamer part of them as well?
No, I don't think so. No,
that one definitely gave me like Death Race vibes, though.
Yeah, no, I think like out of all those, Death Proof was like my favorite, easily. Not just because I like the '69 Dodge Charger, but it's just the stunts that were done in that film. Like I can't remember the actress's name, but she is also like she has a stunt double as well. But she's like on the hood of the Challenger, and then here comes Kurt Russell with the '69 Charger. Like he's a stuntman as well, stuntman Mike, which is his name, and this whole thing is that he kills. He's a woman killer. That's all he is, and he spots these girls like taking a white Dodge Challenger from the movie show or movie Vanishing Point. And he tries to like kill them on the road, like ramming them and whatnot. But this stunt woman is on the hood of the car, and all she has to hold on is like two leather belts that are like being wrapped around the car door. And to the point where she gets knocked once on the hood and she spins around and she's literally holding her hands on the front of the grill and her feet are towards the windshield. It's intense. I love it. It's just insane. Yeah. Just fuck. I wish Grindhouse picked up though. Like Machete was awesome. Yeah. Machete won and Machete kills, but it sucks that like Grindhouse didn't stay.
Yeah.
You know.
I did like the Death Race movies. I didn't see all of them. I saw like I think like the last two though.
Yeah, are you talking the like Death Race 2000, like the original, or are you talking the ones with Jason Statham?
Probably the one with Jason Statham.
Yeah. Well, oh no, wait, no, he's only there for the first one. There's been like 2 more Death Race films since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish those movies also picked up because there's just been. I feel like that's a void that needs to be filled. It's just those Grindhouse films.
Well, like even like staying within the theme, that's the closest we're gonna get to an actual Twisted Metal movie, almost. Like,
yeah,
it's the same formula, damn near. But like, I know there's still talk with like PlayStation Network, releasing a Twisted Metal TV series, which I hope it's horror. I hope it's intense. I want the vibes of Twisted Metal Black. That's the only way I feel like you can do Twisted Metal these days.
I would love if they didn't go to standard television, but like a streaming service, so they can get as bloody and gory as possible.
Well, it is going to be. Sadly, it's just going to be on PlayStation if it is their service.
That's stupid.
Which
they'd get so many more customers if they were like, we will, get together with like HBO or like Hulu or whatever.
Well, I feel like as well, it will be something along the lines of what The Last of Us is. Because Last of Us, like, it just finished, like, taping for, or filming for the first season. And it's going on, and it's on, like, HBO Max, I think it is. So
I kind of want to watch it because I'm curious. I do like the actor they got to play as the main guy.
Yeah, what's his name? I know he's in The Mandalorian. Chance, you probably would know the actor who plays Mandalorian.
I think his name's Joe.
Oh, I'm not falling for this. Fuck no. A year later, no.
I think he's from Uganda.
Pedro Pascal.
Okay. Oh shit. Okay, yeah, because like there's a few other. Well, wait a minute. He was in that Wonder Woman 84, hey?
Correct.
Yeah, I thought so. Look, I remember seeing a photo of him in that movie, and with him without a mustache, that just looks weird to me. Just something I'm not used to. Speaking of trailers, though, so before since we're getting close to the end here, did you guys finally see? Well, 2 trailers. One for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Yes,
that looks so good. And like we finally see like the first actual on-screen Kang, like in full costume. Like that looks so dope. And then of course the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
Yeah,
which that looks so good. I love it.
I watch both.
I love it for the fact that like fuck no, I don't know if you've seen either one.
You're really slipping up these couple of times. Jesus,
I know it's not.
Editor, strike that from the record. I'll let you do it again.
So, in the movies, what was it here? Star-Lord, he like worships Chris Pratt, not Chris Pratt. Fuck, Kevin Bacon from the Footloose movie.
Mm-hmm.
And in the trailer, was it Mantis and Drax? They're like, what is it, something that we can get for Peter Quill to cheer him up? And they literally go to Kevin Bacon's house and like he's terrified and they're like chasing him down the streets of Hollywood trying to get him to like take him back to the ship to like present him to Peter Quill.
I think my favorite thing about Kevin Bacon was the movie Animal House, right?
Been a bit since I've seen
But
it.
Animal House was like
I don't think that's accurate.
He was in Animal House. He played like one of the JRTC kids or whatever.
Okay.
He played like a minor role. And so like I guess during the production, like all the different groups of kids, they were like, all right, you're gonna be with the jocks, you're gonna be with the JRTC kids, you're gonna be with like the party animals. Those groups just naturally hung out outside of production too.
Oh wow.
And they would throw ragers. Like the party kids actually would get piss hammered, just party it up. And Kevin Bacon would be like, the party with those guys. And they're like, no, get the fuck out of here, nerd. And he became the most successful one out of all of those actors.
Yeah.
They don't call it the 7 steps from Kevin Bacon for nothing.
I don't know. When I hear Kevin Bacon, I think of like Tremors. That's usually the one that I hear the most for Kevin Bacon. But
come January, I'll be as close as I'm ever gonna be to that when I have Theo Germain, who was the protagonist in They/Them.
shit.
Peacock on the podcast.
Now, I have not seen the movie just because we don't have Peacock in Canada. But is it like how was that movie?
I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
It's very much it's a gay conversion camp. But it's a horror movie, which, to be fair, every gay conversion camp is a fucking horror movie.
I could imagine. Like, the fact that shit even exists is fucking...
Exactly, yeah. The fact that it even exists is awful. But yeah, Theo is non-binary trans, and they were the star of They/Them with Kevin Bacon as the antagonist. And yeah, they were fucking incredible. And I worked with Theo's management for months now. And have finally secured a recording date so that Theo and Allie Wilkes and I will all be recording at the same time.
Damn.
For an episode all about trans horror and queer horror and what the future looks like for that.
Shit.
I'm trying. I just sent out an email yesterday to Scott Turner Schofield, who is the first ever trans actor to be Emmy nominated. And they were also the narrator of the All the White Spaces audiobook by Allie Wilkes.
Damn.
And I want them involved as well. So we'll see if I get a response.
I'm sure you will. Your cred's going up. I'm pretty sure like, no, we want to go there.
We'll see.
So a cool fact I found out, I don't know if you knew this, Chance. Your most recent one, Josh Mallerman? Mallerman. His band, The High Strung.
Yeah.
I was like, where do I know that? And I looked it up. One of their songs is the fucking theme song to the Shameless American show.
Yeah, Josh is everywhere, man.
Like, I fired that up and I was like, why do I know this song? And Carol, my wife, she loves Shameless. She's like, I love that song. And I told her about him and just lucky bugger. Like, I know, right? But
yeah, Josh is great. I was very, very lucky to record with him. Can't wait to actually hang in person in a few months.
And when does that episode air? Is it Friday?
This Friday, yes.
Okay.
So yeah, before this one.
Yeah, so it'll be out before this one. So if you have not listened to that episode, be sure to check it out.
Yeah.
But
yeah, between now and this one coming out, I've got Josh. Same day this one comes out, yep. I've got the middle grade horror roundtable.
Yes.
And then the day after this, I've got Erica for Whitehorse.
You are a busy bugger, that's for sure.
Shit, yeah.
It's all paying off though, from the sounds of it, dude. It all is.
Sounds like it. Sounds like it.
Like from the sounds of this, like it to me, and I'm not saying this for spitballing. I think you're going to be able to retire pretty soon.
Yes.
Like and just do this full time.
Let's from your mouth to whatever eldritch gods are listening.
To me, I still think the idea of you opening your own like Curator's horror store is like the perfect thing for you.
I mean, my sponsor, I was just talking to tonight about the idea of doing the hearse as a bookmobile. They're still super on board, so that may be happening in the future.
I need to see photos of that when the day comes, and just, yeah, that shit's gonna be so badass. Like, to be called a Curator horror and your main ride is a hearse. Like, come on, that's peanut butter and jelly right there, man.
Yeah.
But seeing as the time is near to the end, thank you all very, very much for tuning in for another edition of Bpgn Podcast, Halloween 2022. I am the BIGREDGAMER, alongside with me,
Curator of Horror, Chance Forshee.
Alongside of him,
I'm Noam Chomsky.
Take care, all you goblins and ghouls. Get spooky, and until then, Excelsior.